Kamala Harris is many things. The current Vice Presidential Nominee, Senator of California, previous District Attorney, a Democrat, America's fun aunt, the list goes on. But we know Kamala Harris, the professional. Maybe even the hilarious rapping Kamala Harris from Saturday Night Live.
Kamala. The name is Kamala. And if you're scared, then you better call your mama.
But what more is there to know about the VP candidate? Politicians are best known for their resumes, or lack thereof, but there's more to know about Kamala Harris than what she has done or plans to do with her time in office. As the first woman of color to appear on a presidential ballot, Kamala's not quite what you might picture when thinking of an American politician. But what else makes her different? There's lots to learn about the Democratic VP nominee that you just might not have realized before. Kamala Harris comes from a mixed-race background where she was brought up to celebrate the traditions and heritage of both halves of her family. As a woman of color and child of two immigrant parents, Kamala is proud of her mixed heritage. Being both Jamaican and South Indian descent, she has also been open about and celebratory of both cultures that have shaped her into who she is today. The VP nominee attended Black Baptist Church as well as Hindu temple growing up. She even celebrated her shared South Indian heritage with comedian Mindy Kaling by making masala dosa, a South Indian dish, and bonding over shared experiences as first-generation Americans and children of Indian immigrants. In the video posted by Kamala on her official YouTube channel, the pair reminisce on the elaborate and traditional home-cooked meals that their working mothers would prepare. Mindy struggles to call Kamala anything other than Senator Harris out of respect, taught by her parents, and Kamala asks Mindy's father why he and her mother both happen to store their spices in Taster's Choice coffee jars. It's a lot like a wholesome family reunion.
Here's my pre-made dosa mix that thousands of Indian women around the world are gasping that I'm using.
Kamala has a special connection with her South Indian side specifically, as she spent most of the time with her mother after her parents split at the age of 7. The VP nominee would visit her mother's family in India as a child, a pretty big jump from Berkley, California, and shares fond memories of her grandfather secretly making her French toast while her strictly Hindu vegetarian grandmother would be out of town.
My grandfather would then he'd get very mischievous and he'd say, "Okay, let's have French toast."
Even eggs were a touchy subject in her grandparents' home, something that she remembers fondly as a difference from her upbringing in America, a place where the cultural taboo surrounding eggs is, well, minimal. Her name also carries a South Indian origin with it. The name Kamala was chosen by her mother as a way to celebrate powerful women, as it is an alternative name for the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, one of the most powerful goddesses in Hinduism. But the name can also mean lotus, after a flower sacred within the same religion. Kamala's mother believed that a culture which worships goddesses produces strong women, and that was certainly the case with the VP nominee. It wasn't just the Indian side that her mother raised her to be proud of. Kamala wrote in her autobiography about her upbringing, "My mother understood very well she was raising 2 black daughters. She knew that her adopted homeland would see Maya and me as black girls, and she was determined to make sure we would grow into confident black women." She also described listening to her father's gospel and jazz music through her early childhood and remembers her mother singing along to Aretha Franklin's early gospel music while her father would play Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane, all legendary African-American musicians. Kamala also speaks openly about her experience being part of a school integration program in Berkeley, California when she was in 1st grade. The program focused on racially integrating the city's schools by transporting children from predominantly black neighborhoods across town to more wealthy white public schools. The VP nominee says that the busing program made a positive impact on her early life, and some of her classmates described their experience as their first glimpse at affluence. After graduating high school in Montreal, Canada, Kamala attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., a historically black college that was established just after the American Civil War in an effort to provide equal educational opportunities to African Americans. Other notable alumni include Hidden Figures star Taraji P. Henson and the late Black Panther Chadwick Boseman. Along with being proud of her mixed heritage, Kamala Harris is proud of her appreciation for food. As a foodie and home cook, she hasn't just made food with Mindy Kaling. Her official YouTube channel features a healthy sprinkling of cooking videos, including guests from celebrities to other politicians and future voters, all of whom share her love for food. The VP nominee describes herself as taking food very seriously and has posted videos featuring all kinds of recipes, including Indian food, bacon-fried apples, and good old-fashioned tuna tuna salad sandwiches, of which Kamala schooled fellow Senator Mark Warner on after he shared a video of himself making what she deemed an improper tuna melt, made in the microwave without draining the tuna first.
Drain the water. Drain the water out of it.
Rookie mistake. Although Kamala Harris deeply appreciates a good home-cooked meal, her food videos aren't always recipe-focused. Kamala uses food as a way to discuss politics, her career, and celebrate heritage. Seeing as it is her favorite hobby, the VP nominee has been known to save recipes from the New York Times cooking section and has made almost every recipe out of the cookbook The Art of Simple Food by Alice Waters. Kamala says that her passion for food and home cooking comes from her upbringing. Her mother told her that if she liked to eat good food, she had better learn how to cook. And she did. Kamala mastered the art of scrambled eggs, topped with cheese smiley faces, in the 3rd grade, and it's all been up from there. Now she's giving food tips not only to fellow politicians, but to an entire nation. The VP nominee also shares stories of her mother's grand home-cooked meals. She describes her mother, then working as a cancer researcher, as meal prepping huge traditional Indian dishes for the week ahead to ensure that Kamala and her sister had food to come home to even if work went late. But it wasn't just big homemade dinners that the girls could look forward to. Their mother also made sure to have fresh-baked cookies waiting for her children every day when they returned from school. No wonder food is so important to Kamala. As mentioned before, the VP nominee's cooking videos display more than just her skills in the kitchen. They also showcase her gift of the gab. Stories of her childhood, family, and work with her party come through naturally in conversation. She's a great storyteller. Just as much as she is a dedicated foodie, Kamala Harris is a natural-born speaker, and it seems like speaking is what she was made to do. The VP nominee's parents met while being a part of the civil rights movement and would later bring their daughter to protests in a stroller. Since then, Kamala had always known how to address others when the situation required it. Her childhood friends recall her using her strong voice to quiet down other children on the school bus when the driver had something to say.
The bus driver needed to say something and the kids were talking. Kamala would make sure, people tamped down so that everyone can listen to what the bus driver was saying.
At 13 years old, Kamala and her younger sister Maya even staged a protest in front of their Montreal apartment building to change a policy that banned children from playing on the lawn. And that policy got changed. It was how she was raised to be, and it is how she continues to distinguish herself, a strong speaker. Kamala also grew up visiting her grandparents, who were powerful voices in their own right. Her grandfather was a high-up politician who advocated for Indian independence, and her grandmother, a birth control activist. Both of them made careers out of their strong wills and way with words, which were clearly passed on to their granddaughter. It was Kamala's grandparents who encouraged their daughter to go to school and travel to America to further her education. And the rest is history. Following her school bus and lawn protest days, Kamala was recruited to the Howard University debate team, where she was described by peers as being able to make her case no matter the opponent, especially when up against men who thought they could speak over a woman's voice. Not Kamala's. The VP nominee's reputation hasn't changed much since being recruited to her university's debate team, though. Even in debate with her future running mate Joe Biden, Kamala was celebrated online for making herself heard next to the former Vice President and Senator Bernie Sanders. Her standing as a strong speaker has served her as the Senator of California beyond her civic duties, as she became an internet sensation, virally known for grilling other government officials through her stern and direct questioning in debates and investigations. Not just anyone can make an attorney general nervous by asking questions. That takes skill.
And I'm not able to be rushed this fast. It makes me nervous.
SNL even picked up on the virality of the senator's way with words and pointed questioning by casting Maya Rudolph as America's fun aunt, which played to Kamala's image as a strong, outspoken woman in a predominantly male government, but maintained the approachability that she is known for.
You call that human rights, China? I call it human wrongs.
It's pretty iconic.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
But it's not just politics where Kamala shines as a commanding talker. She's a great storyteller, too. Even in her previously mentioned cooking videos, Kamala's ability to speak is clear. She tells stories about her family and the seemingly quirky things that her mom would do, like store her spices in coffee jars. Stories that you can tell she's proud of. She knows how to make people pay attention to her, listen when she talks, and care about what she has to say. And that might just be what got her to where she is today. Kamala Harris really is more than Joe Biden's running mate, or her list of undeniably hard-earned titles. She's a strong-willed, proud woman of color who has a way with words and a commitment to a good tuna salad sandwich. Don't forget to drain your tuna cans, kids! As the first woman of color on a presidential ballot, unapologetically proud of her background, Kamala Harris has set a standard for all Americans to be proud of themselves and their heritage, no matter how different. And here's to hoping for more Kamala cooking videos in the future. What did you know about Kamala Harris before this video? Have you ever made a tuna melt in the microwave? Or should that be left to the politicians? What are some of your favorite family stories? Let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to click that subscribe button for more from the taco every day. Thanks for watching!